Hello anybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Bros. 2 on the All-Star Pack, that is to say for the Super Nintendo. I'm Mr. Devious, or just Deeb, and in the last episode we cleared World 2, and in this episode we're going to try to get through all of World 3. It's kind of ambitious, but I think we can do it. So we immediately come from the desert back to the plains, I guess you could say, kind of the cliff tops. There's this pit here that's there for some reason, but if you fall down there, that's kind of funny. Now, your initial instinct will be to go up here because, well, that's where you're supposed to go, but one of the weirder secrets of the game is if you throw yourself down into the waterfall of death, you will find yourself at a door. Don't jump down into that water, though. That'll legitimately kill you. Wouldn't it be funny if on that first screen, that long, narrow waterfall actually led to another secret, and I'm just being completely dumb? So anyway, the purpose of this room is to just net you a ton of coins. It's a nice little secret, and it's nice if you want to play the lottery game and get yourself some extra lives. Not that I really need it, because I have like 12, 13, I have a lot. And then there's also a pipe here that doesn't seem to do anything. If you bring the potion over here, open the door next to this pipe, and go down that pipe, you will warp ahead a few worlds. I'm not sure which world you warp ahead to. I think you go to World 5. This is World 3, so yeah. I know it's not to World 4 because there's a warp in World 1 that goes to World 4. Incidentally, I'm very familiar with World 4, and of all the worlds in the game, I am this. As funny as this might sound, I am the second least familiar with World 3. I spent the least of my time actually playing through this world, but it has some really cool stuff in it that I do remember, such as ascending past the waterfall into the sky. Isn't that just a dreamy concept? And then there's just this vine hanging here in the middle of nether space. It's cool. It's ridiculous, but it's cool. I think there's a secret over there that you might be able to get as Peach, but I don't have her here with me right now. If I die, I will switch to her, because now that I've shown off all the characters, everybody will get a turn, I'm sure. And the block fell into the ether. Is there something over here if I drop it down here? Answer is no. So I'm just gonna come back and respawn that potion, so I get another shot at... oh. So I get another shot at getting a potion. I think this should be the point where it's hidden, and it is not. Oh no, I can't get back in the door. Or, yes, I can. I can close the door on my head, and that'll get me through just fine. So we're climbing through the sky and having lots of fun, because who doesn't want to just climb through the sky? And wow, Panzers are actually probably the most dangerous enemy in the game, because of how their moveset works. Oh boy, this is bad. However, if we go through this door, we still get no potion. I mean, no health up, so that's kind of a little annoying, but it's okay. Incidentally, even if you die, oh, like I just did, now if I go to the world, I believe if I do go to the Dark World, I won't be able to get any more coins. I'll try it, but I don't think I can get any. So now that we're here as Peach, I think I'm gonna go and try and see what's over here. You didn't see that! Peach? Peach, is your jump broken? Okay. Okay, this time, I got this. There we go. So yeah, that is such a long jump. You need... I'm not going this way, because that seems like it's a shortcut to the boss, because the boss music is playing, and I'm not going to take that path. So in reality, that entire thing was just a waste of time, and you need Peach or Luigi to get over there. You know what's probably the case is that the mushroom is probably right next to where that potion is, or it could fall from the sky and bounce on my head. And like I thought, if I've used up all my chances to get coins from that alternate dimension, so no more coins for me. Will this door actually bring us to the boss? It will, so it kind of wraps around on itself. You see, they like to do this puzzle where you just kind of run on the ceiling, and that's where we came in through before. So there's a lot of shortcuts in this game that'll usually take you right to the boss, or that's not even mentioning the warps that warp you ahead worlds. And we have another red Birdo, who incidentally doesn't seem to be shooting any fire for some strange reason. There she goes. However, I am going to finish her off with a mushroom block, and she'll spit out the crystal ball, and the hawk will open its mouth. Riveting commentary, I know. Incidentally, if you got up to 10 coins in the NES version of the game, it just started replacing the numbers with letters for some reason. They couldn't generate more than 2 digits at a time on the NES hardware. True fact. Nuts. That's really hard. So now that we beat that level as Peach, we're going to wrap around, back around to Mario. Mario, incidentally, is... because of the way he controls, how his jumps are high, though he falls fast. Also, that's a shy guy riding an ostrich. An ostro, if you will. Because of the way Mario handles with his jumps, he's kind of heavy, he's fast, and a little unruly to control if you're not used to him. He could actually be secondary hard mode. If Toad is the actual hard mode, Mario is also pretty difficult to play the game with. That means Luigi is second easiest, and Peach is easiest to play the game with. Now this is a Panzer, who I have to get the timing right on that, because I don't think... no, I can't just jump right over that. Or can I? And I made it! Who is the champion of the Mario games? It is me. If you... oh. Well, at least I killed them and took them with me. Looping around to Luigi now. That was embarrassing. I don't know why I died there, but if you can use that path of... you can use those POW blocks to basically cut ahead through most of the level. In fact, this is one of those levels where if you have Peach, you can just skip entire portions, and we'll see that a little bit later. I'm not going to take those POW blocks because I'm going to do the entire level. I know I don't have to, but I want to, so there's that. I also have a bomb. I'm going to blow this guy up because Sniffets are jerks. Sniffets and Panzers are some of the more dangerous enemies in the game. Sniffets actually have very unpredictable shooting patterns. Like, they don't necessarily hop and shoot or just wait a few seconds and shoot. They have very erratic patterns. I think their AI is completely random or something because I'm never able to figure out what exactly they're doing. So that's a thing. Now here you want to be careful in managing resources because you're going to need to use bombs to start blowing up walls, but the bombs, as it turns out, you only have so many to work with and you have several walls to blow down. So I think we want to blow this wall down and get this bomb from here. Oh, and because I went off screen, that bomb wall just completely disappeared. That's great. That's nice. However, if I blow up this wall, I think I can give myself an easy out. But will I have time to make it over there with this bomb? Nope! I can keep ducking for some reason because the down button on this controller is a little bit finicky. Ah! I'm okay, folks. I'm not dead. As much as you might wish I was. And I'm going to take this POW block with me because I am suspicious of things. If the game gives you a POW block, try to use it to the best of its abilities. So we have a bunch of tweezos, or tweezers here, and even though he died, I picked him up. So he survived. He will be granted this one boon, but no more. And now this Panzer is a lot easier to avoid than he was before. Now can we resume our subterranean trek? So you can kind of see what this level is doing with just going up and down between the cave and the surface, and even then you're kind of underground. And this Mario 2 just kind of sends you to all kinds of locations, I guess you can say, and that's kind of one of the things that made it pretty cool compared to Mario 1, whereas all of Mario 1's levels... I'm gonna get this. Nope. Well, I can get in there. There we go. Whereas all of Mario 1's levels were kind of self-contained within, like, a running section, or... Actually, I need to blow this up. And I think we need to blow up the one on this side. Anyway. Whereas Mario... Whereas Mario 1's levels are usually contained in the same overworld section or the same underground section, with maybe a pipe that'll lead you to coin, or like a vine that'll lead you to coin heaven, or something that'll lead you to an underground passage. Mario 2 just has outright, you know, you're going through doors, the terrain is constantly changing. One second you're on the ground, the next you're climbing into the sky, over waterfalls, and then you're back underground, moving between underground and underground, and that's just a ton of fun that you're making all these different transitions between all these areas, and that's a cool step up from Mario 1, at least, and why people would want Mario 2 The Lost Levels, which is just a rehash of Mario 1, over this is... It's still weird to me. It's just... It seems unnecessary that the amount of hate that Mario 2 gets for not being, quote-unquote, not being, unquote, Mario 2. It's my Mario 2 anyway. So we come back to Toad for the next world. Next level, 3-3. We come full circle in our character selection for the boss level. And we start underground, where Toad belongs, because he's a mushroom, and mushrooms grow best in dank, dark levels. Now I remember this level, and it is the first level, I think, where we are properly introduced to Bob-ombs. That is an albatross carrying the Bob-omb, and he is going to try and drop it on us. And I'm going to run away and get myself that extra health, because I'm going to need it, because if I know my levels, this is going to be a long one. Mostly because it is the fortress level, the level that will kill you until you're dead. I remember that section to getting up to here a lot harder than it was. I don't know what that's about. Got some more ninjas. Incidentally, Koopa shells don't actually, what's the word, ricochet off of walls and into things, so that's really weird. Also, just on a personal note, I have no idea why these fortresses are so much like construction sites and so filled with girders and boxes of supplies, and it's a really weird aesthetic for this place, really, for this world that we are in. I don't know why I came back here, by the way. It's a bomb! Isn't that just great? Also, that the what's the word? I'm trying to figure out the word. The word for words that sound like what they mean, like meow or sneer or... No, it's not coming to me. It's, well, forget about it. The point is they used bomb to represent bomb. They used bomb as a sound for bomb, for the sound a bomb makes, if that makes sense. This is a dumb line of thought. In the NES version, it was spelled B-O-M, so that was silly. And also going through that door was a complete waste of time because we couldn't get through there. In fact, that's a door you're supposed to come out, I do think. These ninjas are tenacious. That is one of the things that I think takes the most getting used to when you first play this game, is when you pick up enemies and throw them and they're not dead, so it's not always easy to dispose of them. Anyway, because this world level wraps, this is the easiest way to get up, unless you just do that, but a Shy Guy might fall on your head if you do that. So don't do that. So coming up here, we get to a Phanto key, and there are just Sparky dance party up there. Right, well, I'm just gonna take this key and be on my way. Thank you very much, Phanto. I will be out of here now. Goodbye to you. Oh boy. But because of the nature of this level, with its level wrapping around and in on itself, you're not able to really outpace this Phanto. In fact, you kind of have to, you know, maneuver around him. It's actually pretty challenging, or at least fake him out, because he won't... Ah! Well. And now it's Peachy's time to shine. Look at her carry that key so high above her head. And look at that Phanto that just wants to kill her. God, that is a vicious Phanto. What I wanted to say is if a Phanto is coming at you from one side and you come out the other, it'll change its direction to go for that side. Like, its AI isn't smart enough to know to wrap across the screen unless its momentum flings it across the screen, which usually happens if you ditch it enough. But thankfully, oh boy, that's right, the Phantos follow you through different rooms. I forgot about that. That was a foolish mistake. That is one of the most terrifying parts about Phantos, is that they will follow you through rooms. I don't know how I forgot about that, but I guess I did. So now we come to the next portion of this dungeon, which is just kind of platforms that are shaped like plus signs, I suppose, and Sparkies. I don't know what the deal is here. I'm trying to get to the end with Peach, though, because Peach is, you know, she's not hard to get through the game with. Not at all. Incidentally, in the in Doki Doki Panic, the original version of the game that this game was based off of, I think we have to go through this door, by the way. I think the upper path would have led to a dead end. In Doki Doki Panic, when you got knocked down to 1 HP, you didn't become smaller. You stayed the same size, so that was an exclusive that they put into the Mario version of the game because, well, you know, growing and shrinking is kind of one of the mainstays of the Mario games because, you know, the first Mario was, in a way, based off of Alice in Wonderland with mushrooms that made you grow. Although this isn't Mario 1, I will take the time to mention that originally the Mario sprite for Mario 1 was just his big sprite, but then they thought, wow, that sprite is too big. So they made a smaller sprite, and then they're like, what if Mario could change size? And thus, that's how they got to that. Oh boy, this is not a good place at all. What's down this ladder? I hope I don't regret this. Yeah, if you go down that ladder, you'll just fall into the abyss, and you don't want that. This is dangerous platforming. I'm gonna break my rule and take this as the time to say that this is where the game gets hard. Also, we got ourselves some health, so maybe we will get to the boss without dying here. And get this star. Sometimes waiting for the star is a little bit of a pain, but you know. It's helpful. You can't deny the usefulness of a star when you get it. So I think that this is the very top of this fortress, which means we're in a happy rooftop. And I'm standing on... I see. You can stand on the bricks there. So we take this shell, and we're gonna kill everything in our path. You survived, and the shell clears out the enemies for us. We can also get another heart. If that ninja doesn't take it away from us, frickin' ninjas. Oh, God. Anyway, now that we come back to the inside, the heart of the castle, into the Lego room. I don't know why these rooms are Lego, incidentally. I don't think they were like that in the NES version. We come, and it's the return of Mauser. He's back with a vengeance. He's also a Sparky in this room that tries to kill you if you don't kill it right away. Mauser is back, and he's angry. Mauser, Mauser, Mauser. There, I said it 3 times. What do you think of that? Anyway, nothing has really changed here. The terrain is a little bit different, but Mauser is effectively the same. He has the same movements and the same weakness. The only real difference here is that he has 5 health, I think, instead of 3. So he is a little bit more tedious this time around, but a lot of the trouble in fighting this guy is just getting the timing right on hitting him. There we go. You need to be careful and not get, you know, overzealous with these bombs because they can blow up on you if you're careless, if you just have bad timing or whatever. And I've lost count of how many times I hit him. I think I've hit him about 3 times, 3 or 4. Okay, 4. That should mean there's 1 more hit and we'll get rid of this Mauser yet again. And that takes care of him. No more Mausers to deal with now. And we're gonna go through the door. And we got no coins. No slot machine for you. I stole that from a different video. I'm sorry if you recognize what video it's from, but, well, this video is not very hardcore in that regard. Anyhow, I think that'll wrap up this episode, because now that we've cleared World 3, our journey is looking up ahead of us. We're going to start with Mario in the next episode, and if you want to see World 4 of this game and how it changes things up after the first 3 worlds, I just hope to see somebody in the next one. Bye-bye.